Good morning, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another Robocar virtual race. We have these more or less every month, and then every quarter, i.e. every 3 months, we have a in-person race at Circuit Launch in Oakland. There is today an increasing connection between the two because thanks to Maxime, our track master, the virtual track is a almost perfect reproduction of the physical track in Circuit Launch, which is very exciting. You'll note that not only is it an accurate visual reproduction, but it also has walls, which are used. These are kind of rubber walls that we have in the real track, and those are used not only to keep the cars from hitting each other because the track is quite tight, but also over time you can be using them for LiDAR, another structure, and over time we may be raising the walls to make that even easier to use. So with that, before we get started, I wanted to invite, basically recognize both Jack Silberman, who was our server master, and Maxime Ellerbach, who is the track master. The server is running at UCSD, thanks to the university for the resources. And the model that it is running was created by Maxime in Paris, I believe. Maxime, why don't you first tell us a little bit what's new this month?
Just quick, really quick, Maxime. I'm sorry, Chris. Can you stop sharing the screen so then whoever going to speak going to get a bigger focus on the Zoom?
Done.
Here we go. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Maxime. Sorry.
Right. So this month there is a new track. So this track has been a collaboration between us, the Donkey Sim, and SVR simulator. So it's a simulator from LG. So they had some graphics people working on making the textures and walls of the actual track. And this time I didn't have to make the whole track, but I just had to add some props over the base scene. So I added basically the walls and the textures from images that were sent me from people at the actual real track. And yeah, so it's something good that we have a collaboration between SVR and us.
Now, there's a couple other new things. Maxime, I noticed that there's a top-down view.
Yeah, so this top-down view is, will help us visualize where the car are on the track, and yeah, that's a cool, nice feature.
Yeah, it is. Now, this track is it is really quite an accurate representation of the Circuit Launch, and you'll note that the cones are in the correct place. There is always as always there will be a random cone inserted at some point in the track. The cones on the outside, if you pass to the wrong side on the outside of those cones, you're disqualified for that race. On the inside, there will be one cone in the middle, and then if you hit that cone, you are penalized 1 second. So you'll see that'll be randomly put. And Maxime, do we also have random chairs and things still on the outside?
Okay, so we have random chairs, but not random cone this time. We decided that because it's the first time we race on this track, let's not have the random cone yet.
Okay.
But yeah, maybe in a future race.
Okay, so it's a tough track. It's very tight. There's this crazy crossover that you can see, and the car has to figure out where the right path through. Where there's, as you can see, sort of at the on the kind of the left side of center. There you go. Thank you. Left side of center. The car has 3 possible ways to go. Only one of them is correct. So it's important that it does that. It's also very, there's some straightaways, there's some really tight curves, there's left turns, there's right turns. And the reason that Maxime randomizes the chairs and other obstacles on the outside is because that's the way things happen in the real world. You can train in an empty room, but when the spectators come in the real world and there's all these legs and people and chairs move around, if your training algorithm was in fact learning the room, not the track, it'll be confused. And so this is really an effort to coach people into focusing on the regions of interest and teaching their training pipeline to focus on salient areas, not non-salient areas. I am now at the extent of my knowledge, and so I'm going to turn over to Jack to explain a little bit more what's going on the back end.
Hello, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks for joining us today. Currently, we have the control. Most of the people run the control loop from their own computer. So they get the stream of image, and then the server where we run our race receive the commands back in terms of the steering and the throttle. And that usually happen on a loop that's 20 hertz. That means every second, the computers of folks at their home receive the image and then do the control system and then send back the command for steering and throttle, except two racers. So if you are located in Europe or in Asia or in any other part of the world, that your latency to the server where we race, it's a little bit longer, and here longer will be above 100 milliseconds, above 150 milliseconds. You do have an option to send us a Docker container with your AI model, and then we run that from the server. And that means you won't be seeing the latency for the internet. So in this case, Chris, for this race, we have two racers. One is located in Germany, and one is located in England, more specifically in London. And then they send me this container beforehand. We test it yesterday, we tested today, and they are ready to go.
Awesome. Do we have, is everybody today running Donkey, or do we have anybody who's doing something different?
I believe we have at least two competitors that are running the Jet Sim. That's a development at UCSD based on the Jet Racer framework from NVIDIA, and Andrew and Beth should be able to talk to a little bit more about it. Exactly. Andrew, thanks for coming back on this one, and I'm going to ask you to drill down a little bit more when your time is coming to race. Okay, so because we have a lot of racers today, we have a total of about 17, I think, racers. We're going to actually race 4 at a time. For expediency purposes. And then each racer will get at least 2 opportunities, maybe 3, depending on how these things go, to get their best time. We do 1 lap time, we do 3 lap times. Basically, the fastest 1 lap times will ultimately end up in a ladder, and the fastest 8 1 lap times will end up in the ladder at the end, and then we'll race them head to head to find out who was the fastest racer of the day. So racers, the first heat of 4 racers are going to be Rashaba, Dimitri, Anushri, and Samantha Au. So so we should clear the track, and those racers are going to log on to the server, and I will start to see them all populate on the starting line. So we have Samantha is already there. Aditi. I don't think Aditi should be in this race. Yeah, Aditi, disconnect, please, Aditi. And I don't think we captured it as a racer yet. That particular racer may not have registered on the Google form. Did Aditi not register?
I actually did, but I wasn't sure whether my model was ready, so I told you to take my name off.
Oh, but it is ready.
I haven't tested it, but
it's good enough for me. You are that is absolutely not a problem. We are all one way for us to find out. Yeah, we are all very friendly and informal here. Nothing at all like Formula One. And Aditi, it's A-D-I-T-I, is that?
Yes.
A-D-I-T-I. Please, let's just add that most of the CSD competitors that are going to be see here, they are high school students, Chris. Really? They just finished their 4-week class with us, where they were introduced for deep learning, more specific for the donkey car on the simulator. Then they had OpenCV, Python, and ROS. They had the Deep Racer from Amazon, and yesterday was their last day. Today going to be their final presentation. So they are here joining us, and they are high school students. That is so exciting. Are they incoming UCSD freshmen, or maybe not? Not necessarily. Most of them are juniors, all going to the senior year. So the Cosmos program at UCSD
does take only students. They are not going to university yet.
That
And
is
then,
fantastic. Well, well, juniors, welcome. I am super impressed that you are doing this. And I'm also super proud of our team for having created a framework with Donkey that can be so accessible and fun and educational for high school students. So that is a win-win, and I'm delighted to hear that. By the way, as we go through the races, I may ask each racers, because we have 4 racers, I may not have a lot of time to ask you to describe your techniques. But if you've done something interesting in training, or if you have a different technique about your driving, you know, as you trained it, you know, that you think is either working or not working, I'll give you an opportunity during the race to talk about, because trust me, you'll have nothing else to do during the race because you press go and it's hands off. So all you can do is watch and narrate how things are going. By the way, we will talk more about how, for those of you who are listening on Twitch, we'll talk a lot about the training techniques. How does deep learning work? How do neural networks work? What's behavioral cloning and simple supervision and reinforcement learning and all these kind of things? You will get a masterclass in autonomous car racing techniques. But why don't we start by kicking off? So I have on the start line, I have, do I have all 4? I have 3.
yeah, this 4th competitor, it's me that have to fire up the
Oh, that's right.
Docker
It's a
container.
Docker one. Okay, so so racers, what's going to happen is the timing is going to be automatic because Maxime has set that up. But I'm going to say, racers, are you ready? And you will all say yes, 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 yes. And then I'm going to say on your mark, set, go. And when I say go, you're going to switch into auto mode. Does everyone understand?
Someone disconnect. Okay, we're back.
Okay.
So so in summary, don't worry if you don't start exactly when Chris says go, because your time starts only when you cross the line.
Exactly. So it'll look a little sort of staggered, but don't worry, the times all work out. Okay, racers, are you ready? Yes, 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 yes.
Yes.
Okay, I'll take that as yeses. On your mark, get set, go. Okay, at this point, the racers are remotely on their own laptops or computers. They've gone into auto mode, and you can see 2 of them have headed off. Now, all 3. And now the 4th one is Dimitri, which is being launched by Remote Docker. And that is going to leave shortly. So what do we see right here? We see racers who are doing a pretty good job. They are, well, oh, and a collision right around the tough corner. Oh my goodness. So this is what happens, is that you're not just racing against the track, you're also racing against other cars. And we now have 3 racers wiped out, 1 against another car and 1 against a cone. And now all 4 have wiped out with Rashaba heading off the track. That is a completely normal first race. I think you all got further than most people get on your first try. So congratulations, racers. You made it some progress through the track. Please log off. And officially, you all count as DNFs, did not finish. But, you know, in our hearts, you all did great. And okay. And we're now going to go to the next heat. Oh, wait. According to
we had 1 lap time.
According to our track master, one of them, Rashaba, did actually finish a lap at 32.4 seconds. So congratulations, Rashaba. You do have points on the board. The other 3 will have another chance, or 2 more chances, to get points on the board in the next next round of races. Our next ones are going to be Ingi, Parth, Michael, and Hiraku, who are going to be racing against each other. So let's go back and have our previous racers disconnect, our new racers connect. We have Ingi, we have, I think we have 3 of the 4. Who are we missing?
Not in yet.
Okay. I'm gonna wait for that 4th dot to show up on the bottom left screen. There we are. Okay, on your mark, get set.
Hold up, mine dropped out again.
Okay, no worries.
It keeps erroring out now.
Erroring as in network error, or
none type is not callable.
Okay, that sounds like I don't know what kind of that is, but it sounds like your none type probably means that you're dealing with network
There
issues.
is a random It was a spurious character after the end of the model path.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll give you a second there to get that right. Looks like it looks good to me. Is everybody ready? Yes, 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 yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Sorry, who is Ahoy?
Yes,
Uh,
yes, yeah.
Okay,
Yes,
okay.
I'm Rohaku, yeah. Sorry.
Okay, okay.
All right. That's Hiraku. Okay. On your mark, get set, go. All right. Good start. Michael heads off into the lead. It looks like a tight race. Oh, side by side, very aggressive. Looks like one of them has the inside track. They both get through the tough corner, the tough turn, and oh, this is very impressive. As you can see, it's a tight cluster of cars. They're all dealing with that tricky intersection well. They're doing left turns well. They're doing right turns well.
This top view is so useful, Chris. Now it's like we can see who's doing what. Pretty cool.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. Looks like Ingi stopped for some reason. I'm not sure why. And now he blocked. Oh my goodness, just stopped dead and blocked Parth. That was very sneaky. Nice move, Ingi. If you're going to fail, fail everybody.
Yeah, maybe we're gonna get the big.
Okay, while we're doing
flag
this,
up
Ingi, can you give us a guess at what happened there?
I think that my USB, what's it called? The USB device is not reading the receiver properly, so I can't send the signal, but it sees the input device
The USB device
for the controller. Sorry.
Oh, okay. You had a local problem with your controller.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that has oh my goodness, more collisions. It's quite dramatic. I don't know which one to watch. It's also they're all good. Oh no, Hiraku.
Top-down view.
Yeah, just wiped out on the wall. That happens, but Michael is still going strong.
The top-down view is pretty cool to watch too.
It is, and
watch all
misses the obstacle. Was that 3 laps? I think that may have been the 3rd lap.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
That was 3 laps. Okay, so wow, what a race. Hiraku, you actually are now the leader with 26.89 as the fastest lap. No, sorry, forgive me. 26.89 is the fastest lap. Michael, you did really well. Obviously, a conservative speed, but very reliable. And it looks like you are in 3rd place with 35.3. And Rishaba, who ran the very first time at 32.4, is in 2nd place. So very impressive. Let us now head off to the next heat. So if you all could log off, please. And I will call up Rainer, Andrew, Raj, and Rithwik. Okay, Rithwik is up. Andrew, I think there you're in. Good. I've got he's Drew.
Michael, could you disconnect?
Okay, good. So we've got Andrew running a JetSim framework, which we'll talk about in a second. Rithwik is there. Raj is there. And we are just waiting for, and Rainer's going to be launched remotely, so he won't show up until we start. Okay, actually, before we start, because it's so dramatic, I have a hard time interviewing racers during the race. JetSim, Drew, is going to be the first of the non-donkey frameworks. And Andrew, I know you've explained this well in the past, but can you tell us a little bit about what's different about JetSim?
Right. So actually, the race prior to this one, Parth was using JetSim as well. But the main difference between JetSim and Donkey Kart is that this is built in PyTorch and not Cura's. So the model is actually built with the pre-trained model, which is Resonant 18, and mainly the way you collect data is by clicking, and it's simple supervision, but it has more control of the actual data with the throttle and speed. So in a sense, it's similar to behavioral cloning. It's using the same inputs and producing the same outputs, but it uses far less data. So like this model here, I only did this time I did 900 images, which is the most that I've done.
900 images, meaning 900 click, and then goes to where you click, then you click again, it goes to where you click. You did that 900 times.
Correct.
Right. So this might be a good opportunity to talk about behavioral cloning versus simple supervision, which Drew was just talking about. Behavioral cloning, the process of training is that you drive, even in the real world, you drive with a remote control and you just drive around and it learns, it just basically looks at the images of the cars that the camera sees and looks at your inputs from your controller and tries to learn from that. So it clones your behavior. Simple supervision is rather than driving it around and having it learn in real time, you just click it where it should go. Go there, basically looking at what the camera sees on the screen. You just click and say, okay, go, 3 feet ahead and to the little bit to the right. And that's just sort of telling you what to do. There is a third technique, which we may see today that works particularly well in simulation, which is reinforcement learning. And that's one where you basically just define goals. You can sort of say, you get reward for staying on the track and you get a penalty for going off the track. And then you just let the code kind of figure it out on its own to try to maximize its rewards and minimize its penalties. And that works really well in a simulator where you have perfect information. It has traditionally been quite difficult to translate that to the real world because the real world looks different than the simulator. And I think that the high school teams who have been working with Deep Racer may have experienced some of the problems of translating simulation learning with reinforcement learning to the real world. Actually, to that note, Jack, can you say how the Deep Racer experience has gone this summer?
This actually went relatively well. A lot of challenge in the beginning, a little bit of the harder issues that we have to solve to start off. Then we try what you call the sim to real, where the students build AI model out of a simulator and try to replicate a track on their house, and that didn't work very well as we expected. But then Amazon AWS send us a track, and then that starts to work well.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
So there's they in a perfect world, you train in a simulator, and then you go to the real world, which is kind of sort of like it, and it works okay. That actually doesn't work. So instead, what Amazon does, they created a real world that looks like the simulator, exactly like the simulator, and then it kind of works. Unfortunately, not everybody has access to that track. So work in progress. Enough talk. Let's race. Racers, are you ready? Yes, 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 yes. Unmute and say yes.
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 Yeah.
Very good. On your mark, get set, go. All right, Raj heads off to an early start. JetSim Drew is going very fast. This is not Drew's first race, and you can see this is a well-trained model, and he is optimized for the course. He's done it both in the real world and here in the sim, and tracking really well. But Raj is also doing well. Oh no! Oh my goodness! Somebody just in the intersection of death did in fact occur. And Drew was wiped out by a car that T-boned him right from the side. Rainer, Parking Lot Nerds, also a very experienced racer, is doing well. Has got through a nasty collision opportunity, passed on the inside, which is impressive, and tracking really nicely around not only the course but the racing line. Handles the intersection of death and is I don't know where to look. It's oh no, and the intersection of death causes yet another death. Possibly but Rainer somehow got out of that, it misses the cone in the middle, and is back on track. So many collisions, and yet somehow they keep putting the cars back onto the track. So Raj is still running. Rainer, Parking Lot Nerds, is still running. Only 2 cars means less of a chance for a collision, especially since they seem to be going around the same speed, although it does look like Rainer is catching up on Raj. There may be another passing opportunity. Rainer is now accelerating through the straight, slows down on the curve, passes on the inside, and pulls ahead. Very nice passing maneuver, Rainer. I am really impressed. That may have been the 3rd lap for Rainer.
Yep.
And wins the race. That was quite a race. Congratulations, both of you. So, Drew, bad luck. You were crushing it, and then you just got wiped out by some random collision at the intersection of death. That's got to hurt.
Yeah, I mean, it's worse when it's a real robot because then things break. So it's all right. I'm used to it.
Okay, good attitude. All right, so looking at the scores, Maxime, did Andrew get any points?
No, unfortunately, he was wiped out.
Wiped out before he could finish the first one. However, let's look at the scores right now. So Rainer did very well. Unfortunately, not as well as Hirohaku. So he's less than a second behind the current track record of 26.89. Rainer's at 27.05. A crazy middle, a crazy 40-second middle lap because he was basically trapped for about 20 seconds in there. Raj did well at 35 seconds, and Rithwik did well as well at 35 seconds. But basically, we still have Hirohaku in first place, and we have Rainer now in second place, relegating Rishaba, I believe, to third place. But we will continue the races. Okay, next up, it's going to be Gavin, Sinchana, Swatsi, and Kai.
I'm terribly sorry about this, but I think I need to withdraw from the race. The model is handling catastrophically.
Kai, you want to just you want to pull out?
Yes.
Or do you want more time?
I'm fine just forfeiting.
Okay. Kai is going to forfeit. So I will take her out. That means we'll just run with a 3 this time, which is okay. That'll just be Gavin, Sinchana, and Swatsi. So we have Gavin. Andrew, you'll have to log off. Just waiting for Andrew to log off. There we go. Okay, racers, are you ready? Yes. Unmute and say yes.
Yes.
Very good. On your mark, get set, go. All right, we have Gavin off first. Swatsi following shortly after. Sinchana is waiting to switch into auto mode. Both racers tracking nicely. Okay. Sinchana, if you're having any trouble switching to auto mode, please unmute and let us help you. Oh, collision at the intersection of death. Oh, that is so tragic. There were only 2 cars on the track and they hit each other right where they're actually expected to hit each other. So that was kind of by design. Oh, Sinchana is off. Okay, now the question is, can you avoid this pileup? Sinchana, can you make it through the turn? It makes it through the first turn. A little aggressive, I would say, in the turnings, but okay, possibly too aggressive. All right, it looks like we have a tragic pile-up situation here. I'm going to call everybody DNF on this one, and the first 2, that was just bad luck. You could do it again, it wouldn't happen again. So, and you will have that opportunity. Okay, let's move to our last group for this this heat. This will be Justin, Melody, and Aditi. By the way, if there's anybody who is intending to race today who is not on this list, you have to speak up and get added to the list. You have to be in green, by the way, and the orange ones are no-shows. Anybody showing up late who wants to be added? Unmute and speak up. Otherwise, we will just kick off the next race. Okay. All right. So I'm waiting for Justin, Melody, and Aditi to come to log in, and we have Justin, Aditi, and Melody. That's things are running very smoothly. Jack, thank you so much for training these students well. This is going brilliantly. Racers, are you ready? Yes,
I'm
yeah.
having trouble connecting to the server.
Okay, can you tell us what's just the SSH is not working, or what's going on?
I'm getting a non-type object is not callable.
Last time it was because someone typed in the wrong tub name, the wrong file name.
Let me double check.
Just make sure there's no typo.
Oh, it's working now. Thank you.
Very good. Okay. Excellent. All right. Racers, on your mark, get set, go. Now you'll note that as the racers go, you'll note that they have all the same color. That was actually all configurable. Oh my, a push and pull. Oh, that's really bad luck. Justin, you just had the bad luck to be put behind Melody, and that bounced you into a cone. So don't worry, you have another chance. Melody's tracking well. Aditi, it looks like you need to switch into auto mode.
Yeah, I think I'm having a little trouble with my controller.
With your controller, yeah, that happens.
I'm gonna log off.
Okay, well, I think we're all busted here. So we're gonna so this is all DNFs. Don't worry, you'll get another chance. Now, as I mentioned, the choice of color and body shape is a simple arbitrary one. You just decide what you want. You can actually put it in your in your startup script. We have all the cars actually perform the same. They just look different. The colors are, I think the default is yellow, but pick a different color. It makes it easier to track you as you go along. But that's just kind of a fun visual thing that we can do. All right, we are now going to go into the second race. So we're going to go right back to the top. So Rishaba, Dimitri, which is going to be launched by Jack, and Anushri and Samantha are going to be racing again. Now, to remind everybody, Rishaba did really well the first race and is still, I believe, in third place. Dimitri, Anushri, and Samantha did not finish, so they have an opportunity to get some points on the board. All right, Samantha is in, Rishaba is in, Anushri is in, and Dimitri will be launched by Jack. So we are ready to go. Racers, on your mark, get set, go. All right, once again, the car from the back starts first, which is no fun, but gets through that initial issue, and oh no, and it's such a tragedy when they start from the back and get bounced into the wall. But Anushri, that was due to no fault of your own. You got bounced into the wall, and everyone got bounced into the. Oh no, what a disaster! Now Rishaba's going the wrong way around the track. Oh, that was really unfortunate. Everybody just had bad luck there. You know what? Jack, with your permission, I'd like to restart this race with the same racers.
Let's do it, Chris.
Okay, everybody log off, log back on, and let's do it again. Hopefully you'll be arranged, randomly. Maybe that we won't have that same configuration. I think it's going to work better this time. It can't work worse. Okay, Anushri, Rishaba, Anushri, you need to log off and log back on again. Okay, Anushri, we're just waiting for you to log off and log back on again. Dimitri, you're gonna have to go back to the starting line. Okay. Okay, we have Anushri, we have Rishaba, got Samantha, and we have Anushri twice. Jack, what do we do about this?
I can restart the server and see if that will take care of that. Just a moment.
I mean, I think so. Basically, when you log off, you need to Control C your way out of the program. And I think what you did is you actually just ran another instance. So if there's a way initially for you to Control C one of your
I did Control C.
Oh, you did. Okay. Oh, okay. I think we're all good now. I think we're good. All right, racers, we're going to start again. Different orientation. It'll be a different outcome. On your mark. Are we good? Oh, we've lost somebody. Oh, we've lost everybody. Oh, Jack's restarted the server. Don't worry. All right. how is Dimitri in? Oh, because Jack, you put in his Docker container.
Yeah, I'm trying to go a little bit of
Okay,
have
so
have a feeling when you're going to say go, and then I'm trying to start.
Very good. Okay, Dimitri's off, but don't worry, the timing starts. On your mark, get set, go. Okay, Rashaba's off. Samantha is off. Oh no, immediate collision. I think we're just waiting for, oh, there we go. Okay, we're back on track here. Oh my goodness, a huge collision against the wall. And now we have an obstacle in the track. There's Samantha's doing some aggressive driving. I'm really impressed. Can she get through the intersection of death? Yes, just misses another car. That was close. And now chasing Dimitri. Bouncing off the walls, but that's okay. That's why they're there. And Dimitri's looking very smooth. That's that Docker container. The Docker container means it's running locally, which means no latency. It's kind of a neat trick. If any of you want to get a couple, get a tighter coupling between your car and the simulator, doing a Docker. Is Dimitri going the wrong? No, he's going the right way around the track. There we go. Okay, so we still have two racers oh no, and Samantha wipes out on the cone. That is a tough cone. There's just no getting around it, because if you run along the wall, which is normally a good strategy, right there it's not, because the cone will hang you up. So Dimitri is the only one still in the race, looking very smooth. Dimitri did not finish last time, so we'll absolutely get points on the board this time. Will he miss the obstacle? Yes. Nice turn there. Looking very smooth. Look at that racing line. Just
race preparation pays off. I saw the last few days Dimitri has been training on the server quite a bit, so that's paying off right now.
It is really paying off. Look at that racing line. That is just, look at that. So it just misses the cone, misses the wall, so it doesn't get hang up there. Goes to the outside and then to the inside of the turn. That is a beautiful racing line. Takes that. That's a tight curve. There's no way to take that fast on the inside. So that's really perfect. And then hits the line. I think that's 3 laps for Dimitri.
Yep. Yeah.
Very good. Okay, Dimitri, congratulations. You now have points on the board.
Thank you.
So let's see where everybody stands. So Dimitri got a 26.46.
Yeah.
Wow.
Really good time.
Dimitri, you're in first place. Holy cow. Okay, all that training paid off. Dimitri is now in first place. Hirohaku is just wait, did I get this right? 26.46. Yeah, just 0.2 of a second, 0.3 of a second behind Dimitri. And then in third place, and Samantha also got points on the board there. So congratulations, Samantha. You were back. You're back in the race. And good. Okay. Well, that was exciting. Let's move on to our next race. This is going to be Ingi, Parth, Michael, and Hirohaku. Hirohaku is now going to try to increase his time to get back into first place. So he's got to beat 26.46 to get back into first place. I believe Ahoy is Hirohaku. We have Parth, we have Ingi, and we are just waiting. There we have all 4 on your mark.
I have a suggestion. Maybe the people on the back start maybe 5 to 10 seconds later than
a good section
on the first time.
Exactly. Okay, good. So the 2 in the front, which is going to be Hirohaku and Parth, on your mark, get set, go. I'll let you guys get off the line. Okay, the 2 in the back, Ingi and Michael, on your mark, get set, go. I see, Michael, you started already. Doesn't matter. Okay, Ingi, you can go now. Very good. Everybody is off and running. The spacing means, oh my goodness, they wipe out. So, Hirohaku, on the inside, what a wipeout. And now you're actually trapped on the wrong side of the wall. Oh, that is bad luck. The only racer still in the race is going to wipe out right now. Oh my goodness. You know what?
Let's start.
Yeah, let's restart. That was just bad luck across the board. When we have 4 racers at the same time, obviously we have twice the chance of a collision as when we have just 2 racers. It's good fun, but just to be fair, we do give people a restart opportunity when we have complete chaos. Like
And those seems to
now.
be a good racer, Chris. So that's why they're getting so tight to each other. So.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so we're waiting for all 4 to get back on. We're going to again start them in waves, first row, then second row. So I think we're waiting for Michael to log off and log back in, and we're still waiting for. But that's right. We're waiting. We're like Michael log off, log on. There it goes. Hirohaku is in, and we're waiting for Michael to get in. It's going to come back into the server.
I think when you do like the first row and the second row, there needs to be more time gap because they might sync up right at that intersection.
Fair enough. I'll space it out better. Okay, first row, Parth and Ingi. On your mark. No, sorry, that's not first row. First row is Parth and Hirohaku. On your mark, get set, go. I'll wait till you guys head off. Hirohaku is off. Okay. Second row, Michael and Ingi. On your mark, get set, go. Ingi is off. Michael is off. Okay, that's about all I can do in terms of spacing. I see that Hirohaku is already wiped out against the wall, providing an obstacle for the others. Let's see how we handle this.
Good job, Chris and Andrew. Nice tip.
Okay, good. All right. So this looks very tight between Michael and Ingi. Michael seems to be gaining a little bit on Ingi. Let's see whether Michael can pass on the inside. Oh, Ingi wipes out on the wall. Michael is still in the running, bounces off the wall, but that's okay. Oh, too hard. And Parth is the only one still in the running. Parth, can you avoid the obstacles? Okay, there's going to be some cars. Misses that one. Good. Let's see whether you can miss the cone. Great. Nice job on missing the cone. Bounces off the wall, just misses the wall. Oh, just misses the obstacle. That was close. Whew.
Chris, this is another jet sim right here.
Is it? Parth, nicely done. Okay, so Parth, you have points on the board for this one. Let's see whether you can continue to miss the obstacles. Jet sim's continuing to perform well. Parth and Andrew, congratulations. You've really developed that framework nicely.
Maybe Andrew and Parth should reach out to NVIDIA and put a sticker in there and say sponsored by NVIDIA, something like that.
Well, they already have that connection. I'm sure that they they can figure that out. Okay, Parth's looking good. Was this the last lap? Just same, very consistent. Just misses it again. Okay, well, consistent and consistently manages to miss the obstacle. And I think that is the third lap for Parth, if I'm not mistaken.
Exactly.
Okay. Very good. Let's see where the times line up. So Parth, steady, not fast enough to move up in the rankings, or at least not fast enough to move into the top 3 in the rankings, but certainly otherwise good. And unfortunately, it was DNFs for Ingi, Michael, and Hirohaku. Hirohaku is a fine racer, and I believe that in the third race, he will have a chance to get back on the board. Remember, he has a time of 27.69, which is still in second place. So at worst, if no one can do faster than that, aside from Dimitri, then he'll remain in second place. Okay, moving on to the next race. We now have where are we? Are we at? Sorry, I've lost a little bit of track here. I think. Are we on? I think we're Rainer, Andrew, Raj, and Rithwik.
Right. Yep.
Okay.
I just have a quick question. So if we run a lap and then we wipe out, does that one lap still count? Or
It does count. It does count.
It counts.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you're basically being moved up or scored based on your fastest lap. And to be honest, we ask you to do 3 laps because it's more fun. We're not really counting your total 3-lap time. Sometime, maybe some other day we might, but right now any lap is a good lap. Okay, we are waiting for all of our racers to join at the start line. We have Rithwick, where we have Raj, we have Andrew, and somebody is not showing their name, but
No, it's the ghost car. Jack, please click on neural net control for network. Oh, that fixes it.
Okay.
Yeah, should fix it.
Okay, and in this case, the Rainer is not going to show up, and that's fine because he's being launched locally from the Docker. All right, I'm going to start the first lane first. So Drew, on your mark, get set, go. After Drew takes a, okay, good. Second row, Rithwick and Raj, on your mark, get set, go. Rainer can go whenever. And there's Rainer. Oh no. Oh no. You know what? I think that Jack, in the future, we should start Rainer after everybody else has already left.
Oh.
I think we survived that rear end collision. Okay, Rainer is showing once again some very impressive racing line, but he's got another car right in front of him, and that is tragic. That is tragic. You know, if everybody wipes out, I'm going to restart. So, and you'll get another chance. But right now, if Drew continues to do well, I'm afraid I'm going to count this one, and you guys. But if Drew's going to wipe out right now, he misses it. That was so close. Oh, guys, you gotta hope that Drew wipes out before he finishes, or else you're not gonna have to, wait for your last race because I'm not gonna restart.
He has a lap in, so that's it.
Yeah. So Drew, guys, just hope that Drew screws up. He's not screwing up. He's looking really good. Nobody else to hit. If he misses your obstacles, he misses that one. He missed. Oh, that was so close, but he stayed on the track. He's got one more lap to do?
Yeah, that's the end.
That's the end. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. We're not restarting this one. These times count. Drew has got points on the board. Everybody else, look at that pile. Look at that pile. That was bad luck, but don't worry. There will be more. Okay, so Drew gets points on the board. Drew had a 29-17, which I believe puts him in like third place overall. I'm looking here. I think my spreadsheet's a little broken, so I'm kind of doing this by hand. But I think right now, let's just finish this last race, and then I'll tell everybody where we stand in terms of the rankings. Okay, actually, we have two more races. We now have group 4, which is going to be Gavin, Sinchana, and Swatsea.
Chris.
Yes.
I think this will be the last of the race before we go to the ladder, because all the CSD students and myself, we have to leave just before 10:30.
Okay, well, this is the last race. So we're going to this next one's going to be Gavin, Sinchana, and Swasti, and then after that's going to be Justin, Melody, and DT. Okay, right. So all right. So Gavin, Sinchana, and Swasti get onto that server. So Rainer, actually, Jack, you need to boot Rainer. Boot his Docker. Very good. Okay. We are going to have, I think we have Gavin first. So Gavin, on your mark, get set, go. Okay. And Swasti and Sinchana, on your mark, get set, go. Swasti is off and Sinchana is off. Okay. Everyone's looking pretty good. Spaced out the cars very nicely. Gavin is handling the the tight turn. Luckily, because of the spacing, the intersection of death is not so dangerous. But let's see how this progresses over the course of the next 2 laps. Sinchana has set a conservative throttle, I would say. That's okay.
I don't think that was by design.
All right, no worries. And Sinchana is hitting the turn. Okay, well, it happens into the chairs. Swasti is bouncing her way around the course, but that's okay. Any way works. Gavin's looking very smooth. Now there may be a, so right now they're spaced pretty well. I'm not seeing a intersection likelihood. But Gavin is, Gavin's looking pretty much handling a normal racing line. Swasti's handling a very tight corner here without problem. Bouncing off the walls is totally okay. And this is going to be the toughest turn for Swasti. If she can handle this, she can avoid the cone, which she just did, and bounce. Oh, hit that angle a little too hard and now going the wrong direction. So that's hard to. And then Gavin is wiped out as well. But if I'm not mistaken, Swasti and Gavin both got points.
Yeah, exactly.
Very good. Okay, let's see how they did. Okay, congratulations, both of you. You got points on the board. Gavin, you did a 36.99, and Swasti, you did a 43.89. That is excellent. Let's go to the last race of the standard races before we go into the ladder. This is going to be Justin versus Melody versus Aditi. All right, Justin, Melody, is there Swasti? You need to Control-C your way out of that, please. You can just log off the server. Thank you very much. We're still waiting for, okay, good. I think everybody's there. We're going to start with Aditi and Melody first. On your mark, get set, go. Now, I should mention all three of these did not finish the first time. So any points on the board are good points. Okay, and Aditi, you can now go. On your mark, get set, go. So these racers have yet to finish. So any points are good points here. Melody's looking very smooth, chasing. I'm blanking here on chasing Justin nicely. This is a proper race. Wow, Melody, you're really catching up. Oh, please miss the cone. Oh, bummer. That cone is a toughie. Okay, Aditi is still not started. Aditi, are you there? Aditi's off. Okay, very good. Okay, so it's Justin versus, oh, what happened here? Did Melody get back on track? I guess she did. I missed that. Oh, Aditi wiped out, and that looks like a tough one, but might get bumped by another car. Melody's sort of bouncing off the walls, but as long as the angle of the bounce is not too tough, it's recoverable. It's important here to miss the cone. Oh, and did not miss the cone, but bounces back and misses the cone around the second time. That's all good. Nice technique to kind of bounce and restart. So Justin is now coming around. I'm possibly the third lap and misses the cone again. That's excellent. This looks pretty smooth. Okay, I think Justin may have finished the third lap. Is that right? Melody's going to do the bounce and recovery thing again. Melody, I like your style. You will not be put off by that cone. That is so good. Okay, so Justin just wiped out, but I don't think that matters, except for as an obstacle for Melody. And Melody misses that obstacle. And let's see if we do the final bounce and recovery. Handles the intersection. Now nobody to run into in the intersection. Let's see if she does it again. This is going to be the last chance, and she's going to misses the cone. That's how it's done. Oh, and then hits the wall. Okay, I think we are all done here, but points were scored. Okay, Justin, congratulations. A 29.97 is really good. And Melody, congratulations for you as well with a 35 as your best one. And okay, I think we now have our rankings. So, okay, that is it for everybody's time trials. And we are now going to figure out who is in the lead. Let me just lock this column and bear with me for a second here.
Chris, have a look at the end of the spreadsheet.
Yeah, I see that.
P row.
I do see that. Let me just
Yeah.
remind myself how to lock a column. View, here I go. Freeze the current column. Okay. All right, there we are. No, that didn't work. What did I just do?
You locked the first column.
Yeah. Okay, I want to lock this column. Okay, freeze. That's what I want. Okay. All right. So there we have it. Okay, it looks like in first place is with 26.46 is Dimitri. In second place with 26. Wait, did I get this wrong? Did Raj do a 35.4? No, sorry, forgive me. No, that was 35, not 25. Okay, I'm just going to write here. So in first place is Dimitri with 26.46. In second place is Hirohaku with 26.89. And in third place, is that Rainer? And that's Rainer at 27.05. Okay, that's good. But we're looking at the top 8 to go into the ladder. So now we look at who's in fourth place. Maxime, you're doing better at me at ranking them.
It's so small on my screen. Sorry.
Yeah, at 27, I think after it might be Andrew at 27.19.
Yeah.
After 29.17, there's a 29.97 with Justin. That's fifth place. After 29, is it 32.4 with Rishaba? Good. And
no,
then
there is a 32 point. Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then in seventh place, it's Samantha.
Yeah.
And then eighth place for the last going into the ladder.
It's Raj, I think. Oh, no. It's actually Michael in 8th.
Michael in 8th. Okay. So congratulations to Rishaba, Dimitri, Samantha, Michael, Hirohaku, Rainer, Andrew, and Justin. You are the top 8, and you're all going into the ladder. We are now going to take a 1-minute break, or maybe a 2-minute break, while I build the ladder. So Jack, can you entertain us for 2 minutes while we do this? Maybe tell us a little bit about.
I can try. I can speak in Portuguese and Spanish, and then
tell us a little bit about what's coming. Maybe mention the in-person race coming up in circuit launch in 2 weeks' time. Anything else you'd like to talk about your own program? What's going on the UCSD? What's going on with your high school students? The floor is yours.
Thank you. All right, so I'm gonna just switch for the final race ladder. The top 8 already know what's going on. So Chris now it's basically bidding the ladder. So it basically said the faster gonna go against the slower, like 1 against 8, and then the second against 7, so that the top fast racers don't see them until each other until the finals. For those of you that are not aware, we are back racing in person in Northern California. It's coming up now in 14, if I got this right. Let me see what's the date, just to make sure I don't mess up this. August, yeah, Saturday the 14th, and it is in Oakland, California. For those that in Europe, and you get a direct flight, come with us if you allow already to travel. And other than that, the people in California fully vaccinated, so welcome to join us. And to make things better, we have a famous Brazilian barbecue also during the race. The track that you saw here in the simulator, it's a pretty realistic copy of the track that you see in Northern California. The dimensions look pretty much to scale. That intersection, it's also what we see there. The walls that Chris put up before the races look exactly the same. So you have a pretty much an idea of what can happen with that intersection of death, as Chris called. We usually go there early in the morning to do some adjustments similar to what would be if you would come here 1 hour early. And of course, I bet that you probably already practice a few days before. Other than that, you can come the night before and do it, and the place keep open throughout the night. Usually when I go travel with my students, we end leaving at 3 a.m. or so, and then come back at 7 to make sure that everything is working. So it's primarily open. You get an electronic key that you can get into the facility and out of the facility once you register, and you may have to pay just the day use fee. It's open for Donkey Car or any other of framework or robot that you may have. So that's primarily it. It's a lot of fun. So we usually stream that on Twitch. So if you keep your eyes open for the announcement from Chris, then you should have a link for the Twitch stream for the race. Some of the students you saw here, they had only a week or so where they learned the Donkey AI framework, or actually they learned also some of the JetSim, and then now they can and they're racing here. So it's anybody want to give a feedback? Chris, stop him when you think you're ready.
We are ready, but Chris is not back. So
all right. So any students want to share some of your experience? So far, so good, fun. Mr. Day, you liking the race so far?
I have a question. Did you say that someone's model has like RL implemented?
I don't know if any of those here racing today have, but we have some other folks that do. In particular, there is a fellow Anthony from, is it from France also, Maxine?
It's Antonin, and yeah.
Antonin.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, pardon me, my French.
Don't worry, but yeah, yeah, he's doing some reinforcement learning, and yeah, he's really good at it. So
yeah, he's not here today, but we do. I mean, it's basically once you can get connected to the simulator, it doesn't really matter what you're using, right? You basically get images, position, LiDAR information, and 20 hertz, and then you can do whatever you want with it. And the way back, you then send throttle and steering. So once you have a model working, it doesn't really matter what framework you use, but there are some folks that do use reinforcement learning. There was a whole presentation about it, so we record and it's available on YouTube someplace if you do a search, and you should be able to see how people do it.
Actually, I saw this presentation, I saw this talk, and it was very impressive. So I was hoping to see someone with a reinforcement learning model today. But yeah.
Maybe we get Maxime to convince Antoine to come here again and then race with us. I'm sure you're going to have to train every time we change the track, but since maybe he has a free training time, so he can just spin it and come later. All right, most likely we're going to do then Dimitri and Michael, and then Andrew and Justin and Rainer and Shabab, just to go this week. We have enough time to do this on 2 versus 4, and then get a little bit more of a clear race, less collisions if we can. So how about
exciting race so far? Can we place bet on who we think gonna win the race? Is there a pool going?
Yeah, let's get Alex. I would put mine on the kids because they're lucky.
Yeah. I'm liking number 7, lucky number 7 here.
Yeah,
so Samantha, I'm rooting for you. So
yeah,
we'll see.
Well, Bishop was pretty solid also. I mean, not many of those guys can do it.
Personally, I would put my money on Rainer, but
okay,
yeah,
okay.
I don't know, Dimitri's pretty solid too. So
yeah, he looks solid too.
But since you're instructor, we want Samantha to win.
Hi everybody, I'm back. Sorry about the delay. By the way, Maxime, I'm really pleased with the way the track is working. This is the first time we've done this track with the walls, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
It acts just like the real track.
Really?
Yeah, it does. It does the same places where you get trapped. The only difference is that the cones in the real world, that one cone that's in the it's on the tight turn. That in the real world you can bounce out. The cone moves.
That's the issue with the sims.
But we're actually thinking about taping down the cone so it doesn't move. So I think it's we're going to make the real world more like the sim. Okay, I think your hard stop, Jack, is 10:30.
Yes.
Oh, we'll be fine. We'll be
fine. We will. How about we do 2 races per time now, really quick? Chris versus 4.
Yeah. No, we always do 2. Yeah. So that's the way the ladder works. So first up is going to be Dimitri versus Michael. Again, the way these ladders always work is that we have you have the top 8, and you run the first versus the 8th, then the second versus the 7th, the third versus the 6th, and so on. And so you don't end up just wiping out the 2 fastest in the first race.
So everybody disconnect, and let's leave only Dimitri that I have to start, and Michael.
And Michael, exactly.
So if you give me 4 seconds heads up, and then I can start Dimitri.
Okay. Very good.
So we need Ahoy, you need to disconnect, please. Michael's already there. Michael, were we able to spin on the middle of the track? That's the first time I've seen it.
Can you, if you haven't already, have you screen shared the, have you rather projected the ladder so everyone can see what's going on? Or have you already done that? There it is.
We're going to restart the racer.
Yeah. Okay. Great. So that's what a ladder looks like. And there's going to be, as you can see, 4 races of 2 each. Then there will be, then there'll be 2 races of 2 each. Then just 1 race for the ultimate victor. So the first one's going to be up the top, Dimitri versus Michael. Thank you. All right. So Michael is ready to go, and Dimitri will be launched by the Docker. So Michael, are you ready to go?
Yeah.
On your mark, get set, go. Now you can see that Michael chose a very cool body. It has absolutely no effect on the way it handles, but it looks great. Dimitri is now being launched automatically by the Docker. So Michael is looking pretty smooth. Dimitri is very, very fast. So there could be a passing opportunity here. Oh no, could the collision of death? Oh, just okay. So Michael gets out of the intersection of death before Dimitri comes in, but Dimitri is going to have another opportunity to wipe him out. Michael's good racing line, Michael, around that turn. Dimitri has a very polished racing line as well. Dimitri is starting to close the distance. That means that the intersection of death is more likely to be a death this time. Michael goes around the first turn, comes out of it, and Dimitri's closing so quickly they don't intersect, but Dimitri is now in a passing situation. Will he pass in the next turn? Dimitri takes the inside lane. Oh my goodness. Woo! That Michael holds him off. Then Dimitri passes on the inside and pulls ahead. Okay, but it's not over because now Dimitri has another collision opportunity in the intersection of death. Dimitri goes in first. Oh, but the distance is enough so that he's not going to run into him this time. Oh no! Michael wipes out on a turn, possibly creates an obstacle for Dimitri, but does not.
And that's the last lap.
And that's the last lap. Dimitri is going to finish crossing the line. And what a race. Bravo. Dimitri moves on. Great job, both of you. Dimitri really moves on to the next level.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay, I got him. And okay, next race, Andrew versus Justin.
Really impressed by the first race.
Chris, just let you know also for if these students can do this in 3 days, literally in 3 days, right? Because they will be busy with the final project, and I would say even days, there was a few hours in there, then anybody that's watching us can get into this.
Exactly. Just so you know, everybody, this is just go to donkeycar.com. This is all free. You don't even need a physical car. You can just be running this on your laptop. And it is, as Jack just said, high school students are doing it in 3 days. This is a lot of fun. And you don't even need Jack and his server at UCSD. You can run a server locally. You can do it with your friends. It's all the documentation is there at donkeycar.com. Okay, have we have Justin and Drew. This is a jet sim versus a donkey, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
On your mark, get set, go. So jet sim has continued to perform well, and Andrew is a very experienced trainer, for lack of, it's not drivers anymore, a trainer. Pulls ahead, but Justin is aggressively on his tail. Justin's showing some real speed on this, and it takes the inside lane. Oh my goodness, they're locked wheel to wheel. Can he pull ahead? No. Oh my goodness, that was tight. And will he push him into the cone? Avoids the cone.
Oh,
knocks just. Oh my goodness. I think we're in a restart situation.
Yep.
Yeah, restart.
Okay, restart. Maybe this time you'll be in the two will be in a different orientation, which is be fine. But that was very tight. I'm really impressed by how quickly Justin's coming off the line.
And it's been pretty smooth also, all the competitors know the way around here. I'm impressed, Justin. Good job.
Yeah. Waiting for Drew to log back in. Okay. On your mark, get set, go. Now this time Drew's on the outside lane, which may lead to a slightly different outcome. We'll see. The question is, Justin is so fast and chasing on Drew's tail that there's going to be a collision, and you almost saw it right there. So this is classic wheel-to-wheel racing, literally locked. I don't think I've ever seen racers so closely. You know what I'm going to ask now? Let's restart, and I'm going to ask you guys to start at different times. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's restart.
Maybe Justin can go first.
Actually, I think that since yeah, exactly. Justin goes first. Okay, so Justin, log back in. Justin, I'm going to start you first, and then I'm going to start Drew. Justin, on your mark, get set, go. Drew, on your mark, get set, go. And Drew is off. Okay, got a little more spacing. That doesn't mean they won't collide. They probably will, but at least they might get points on the board before they do. Actually, points don't matter here. It's all about, I guess points do matter. If everybody gets points on the board, the one with the smallest time wins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
okay, so Justin now has points. And if Drew can and yeah,
Drew give a little extra lap in there.
Yeah. It's done that in the real world too.
Is it when it goes twice around the little circle? Yeah, it's the funniest thing.
So for the moment, looking at the lap times, Justin wins, but if Drew can make a better time.
Yeah, Drew, if you don't do this one twice, you might have a chance. Once, and yes, you only do that once.
Yeah, usually the second lap it performs much better. The first lap, for some reason, it's not angled correctly.
Justin, speak up. What are you doing? Looks so impressive. What's your trick?
This is like my fourth version, because the first few times I didn't know how to do the track myself, so I just
Obviously, me asking you to say what you're doing so well caused you to jump the wall.
Always.
But you still have points in. They're not a problem. That was good fun.
And recover.
And recover. Don't ask me how, but you did.
He jumped over the wall, so it's DNF. At this
he
point.
jumped it. Oh, did he? Okay. So
yeah.
Okay, that's fine. And he's going to DNF right here as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Drew moves on.
Well, no. So what were the times? What was Justin's fastest time?
So Justin fastest was his first lap. It was a 32.8, and Drew fastest was 29.15.
Very good. Okay, fair and square. Congratulations, both of you. But Andrew, Drew, you move on. All right. So next race is going to be Rainer versus Rashaba. Rainer's going to be a docker, so only Rashaba is going to be showing up on the line, which is fine. Okay. And Jack, you're ready to launch, Rainer?
I did already.
Okay. Rashaba, on your mark, get set, go. Rashaba takes off, and now Rainer's taking off as well. Now Rainer's fast. There may be a, oh my, what was that? That was unusual. Rainer's taking a very aggressive racing line there, bouncing off the inside turn. But Rashaba's doing really well, very smooth. Rainer's going to try to pass on the inside. We'll see if that works. Going to do it again here. Oh my goodness, that was tight. And Rainer does pass on the inside. That is a very aggressive maneuver.
That's really nice.
Yeah, Rainer pulls ahead. Rashaba's doing really well though. Looks like Rainer's doing faster laps and will likely move on. But I got to say, Rashaba, is this Jack? Is this another one of your high school students?
Yes, indeed.
Rashaba, do you can you say a little bit about why your car is doing so well? What's your trick?
I kind of just dumped a lot of time into it, I guess. I had about like 30,000 records, I think, to train this one. And before that, I had another like 20,000 just in trying to get try to get around the track good enough. So I kind of got this from that.
I'm really impressed. And and you're going fast too.
Thank you.
Chris, these students, they have access to the GPU cluster at UCSD at the supercomputer center, so they can train basically after the data is uploaded, like maybe a minute, maybe two. It's really great.
Okay, you make it sound very, very fancy at the supercomputer center, et cetera. But just anybody, you can do it on a laptop. It might take a little longer, but there's nothing these guys are doing that you couldn't do yourself on your laptop. It just
the output is the same. You're going just a little bit faster because it's part of their experience. They have some cloud computing as part of the class.
Exactly. Okay,
and that was 3 laps from both.
Okay, and who moves on?
So Rainer did some really good times. It was a 26.6.
Wow.
His best time, so it's really low. And best for Rishab was 30.5.
Also
so a good time.
Also a good time. Okay, the last of the quarterfinals is going to be Hirohaku versus Samantha.
Oops, I'm the one who have disconnected.
That's right. Jack, I noticed that of the 4 of the 3 who are now in the semifinals, 2 of them are Dockers. So maybe latency matters.
Yeah. Or the time, I'm telling you that if you put the time to train and get data, you're using deep learning, it does help.
Just a reminder for everybody, Docker means that it's running locally at the UCSD cluster, which means that there's no delays in the connection, which can be an issue elsewhere. Always an option for everybody. At a certain point, you might make Jack crazy if we have 30 people on Docker containers, but it's always available to you. Okay, we have Samantha and Hirohaku. For some reason, they're back to back. I don't think that matters. Do we?
Yeah, maybe Samantha. I mean, if that matters, you can reconnect Samantha. But if not, we can start.
Let's just start. I'll tell you what. I'm going to have Hirohaku start first. Very good. Samantha, start now. On your mark, get set, go.
I think Hirohaku.
Why don't we restart this one?
Yeah. Let's restart. Yeah.
Okay, Samantha, could you log off and log back on again? Everybody just Control-C and up arrow your way back into your SSH. Okay, for some reason it happened again. They're back behind each other, but Hirohaku, on your mark, get set, go. Hirohaku, there you go. Samantha, on your mark, get set, go. Oh no, Hirohaku wiped out again. Hirohaku, what's going on?
My bet is looking good at this point.
Yeah, Samantha. If you can finish this lap, you are moving on.
Yeah, that's where Alex and I has our money on, Samantha.
Look at that. Samantha, how are you feeling right now?
I think it's actually delayed, so I'm not sure compared to what you guys are saying.
Oh, if you look at the Twitch.
Yeah.
Oh no. Did not finish the lap. Guys, what do you think? Should we give him one more chance?
Yeah.
Let's do it
Yeah,
again.
let's go.
Okay.
Chris, I'm gonna have to jump out in 6 minutes, and then Samantha and everybody else probably gonna have to do the same. And I hope I'm not gonna mess up the whole competition by logging in on Zoom again.
Well, I mean, we're very close. Let's just get this one down.
If Dimitri and Rainer are on Docker, how do you run it?
Yeah, I'll manage that. I'm gonna just install the meeting.
Okay.
And
Okay.
I'll try to
Let's just we just need Hirohaku to log back in. This is the last time we're going to run this. We're going to take whatever the first lap is. That's going to move on. All right, both of you on your mark, get set, go. Whoever finishes this first lap first is going to move on. Okay, Samantha, if you can finish this, you move on. Oh, you know what? Let's just move Samantha on because she got further. Okay.
Excellent.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, Samantha moves on. Now this is okay. Now, next up, Dimitri versus Drew. Dimitri versus Drew. Hirohaku, if you could control C out of there.
I'm starting Dimitri already, so
okay.
in
Drew,
2 seconds it should show up there.
And Rainer and Samantha, get ready because you're going to be the next race. Okay, on your mark, get set, go. Okay,
Excellent reaction from both.
yeah, Docker goes off. Drew is hot on his heels. Oh, Dimitri immediately wipes out. Drew misses him. Drew, if you can finish this lap, you move on. All we need you to do is to finish the lap. He's looking good. Nothing to hit. Smooth sailing. Misses the cone. Takes the turn. Goes into the final straightaway. And boom, Drew moves on. Okay, Drew versus. Okay, so Drew moves on. Rainer versus Samantha. Get up there. And then if we can get a quick one lap out of this, then it's going to be Drew versus somebody for all the marbles. Okay. Jack, you need to log Dimitri off.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting about that.
Okay, Jack is logging Dimitri off.
Want them to restart? Or?
Yeah, let's restart. Okay, you need to log Rainer off as well, and then Samantha, if you could just log out and log back in. Actually, Samantha's fine.
Oh, Samantha's fine. Yeah,
Samantha's fine. Okay, so Samantha, on your mark, get set, go. And Jack, you can launch Rainer right now as well. Okay, Samantha is off first. Rainer is hot on the tail. Let's see how the passing technique works. Samantha's pretty tough. Look at that. That's a real race. Ooh, Rainer, can you pass on the inside? Yes, but Samantha fights.
Quick restart.
Quick restart. 2 minutes. Okay, Samantha, control C, get back in again. Log back in. Okay, Rainer's back in. We're just waiting for Samantha. You can start. Okay, start Rainer. Boom. Samantha, on your mark, get set, go. All we need is somebody to finish a lap here. Or both, in which case it's a real race. Okay, so all right. By the way, oh no, Samantha, massive wipeout. If Rainer can finish this lap, he moves on.
All right.
Rainer finishes the lap. Okay, it is now Rainer versus Drew for all the marbles. Okay, Drew is there. Shall I start him or you ready
Yeah,
to?
you go
Okay.
ahead. Start.
Drew, on your mark, get set, go. Drew is off. Rainer.
The problem, Samantha is
Samantha's in
I
the
think
middle.
upside down.
Samantha, please disconnect, Samantha.
Yeah, Samantha, you need to control C.
Thank you.
Great, she's out. Okay. Rainer is, let's see, Drew is in the lead. They're both going really well. This is a proper race. Oh my goodness, looks like Rainer is trying to pass on the inside. Oh,
really,
look at that
really
race.
nice.
Look at that. Look at that. Rainer's going to try, go for it. Oh, not on this turn, perhaps on the next one. Oh, this is a tough one. Looks like Drew's taking a slightly better line through that turn, but Rainer's taking a better line on this one here. And can he move on the inside? Make the move. No. Blocked. Tries on the outside. Blocked again.
Wow, very
now
good.
Passes. Now it's trying again on the inside. Oh, blocked again. Drew, what are you doing? That's amazing.
Jet Sim, it's a beast.
It is a beast. Oh, what did Rainer just do? He just nicked your rear wheel, throwing you off, but doesn't matter. You recover. Rainer's locked wheel to wheel. Can you pull out? Can you pull out? Oh my goodness.
That's the third lap.
We almost don't want to stop this race.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
yeah,
he pulled ahead.
That was the last lap.
Oh, and Rainer's
well
wiped out. Oh my goodness. I don't know how to call this. Was that the last lap?
Yeah, that was the last lap, yeah.
They were neck and neck.
Yeah, CCD.
It was a photo finish.
Yeah, but lap times from Rainer were lower. And,
so Drew wins.
No. So
the lap times were lower.
No, but he
lower.
finished on the front, right? So no matter the time, Rainer could not pass.
That's right. So wait, so okay, Maxime, who won?
Well, that's it depends. Do we count the best lap times or do we count the one that finished in front?
Well, remember they started at different times, so I think we have to go with the best lap time.
That's
what,
true.
What's the sum of all 3 lap times for each racer?
All right, let me sum that.
I have to run.
True. That's a fair point. Jack, thank you so much. You don't want to wait to find out who won?
I'm gonna try to be in 2 meters.
We'll have the answer in 15 seconds.
Parking Lot Nerd was a 88.4 and Drew was a 19.6.
Wait, 88.4
and 90.6. So yeah, 2 seconds difference between the two.
So Rainer wins.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Rainer. Congratulations, Parking Lot Nerds. Congratulations, Drew, for an amazing race. That was, I think, our best, most exciting, most well-organized race. Thank you, everybody. Jack, thank you and your team. I'm so impressed, Maxime. Best course we've ever run. Great sim. See y'all in a month's time.
Yeah.
Take care.
Thank you a lot. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Great job, everyone.